Welcome to EDAC's short guide on public speaking. The idea of public speaking might be something that you fear, and perhaps it's a task you try to avoid completely. The idea of people judging you may make you very nervous, and you may be worried about freezing. Well, you are not alone in this feeling. The National Institute of Mental Health reports that public speaking anxiety affects 3 out of 4 people. However, these worries might be holding you back in both your professional and personal life. Hopefully, with these useful pieces of advice, you can not only be comfortable with public speaking, but you can be great at it. There are 3 key elements of a good presentation: content, speech, and body language. We have put together some tips to help with each of these parts. Let's start with content. Firstly, identify your audience and think about what you want them to gain from your presentation. Think about whether they're experts on the topic you're talking about. Are they adults or children? And how well do you know the people in the audience? Next, outlining the structure will make sure you include all the key information and achieve the purpose of your presentation. Start with an attention-grabbing introduction, followed by the main body covering the main points, and finally a conclusion. On to timing. Audience members don't like it when you go over the allotted time limit, so make sure to note this when preparing your content and time your practices. And finally, using handouts and PowerPoints are a great way to help get your information across clearly, but remember, they are an aid and should only be used to enhance what you are saying. It's important to know your content well. You should be able to do your presentation without any notes, or at most with a brief outline of your speech. This helps to avoid you reading directly from your notes, as it stops you from engaging with your audience. Next is speech. How you speak is just as important as what you are saying. Try using the 5 Ps to improve your quality of speech. Projection. Make sure the back of the room can hear you, but don't deafen those at the front. Pace. When presenting, you will tend to speak faster due to nerves. Try to steady your pace and slow down. Pitch. Vary your pitch to avoid being monotonous and to keep everyone engaged. Pronunciation. Ensure that all of the syllables are clear, and if there are any difficult words and phrases, make sure you practice them before. Pause. Pausing gives you a moment to collect your thoughts, allows the audience to take in what you have said, and it is much better to be silent than to use filler words such as and ah. And the third element, body language. How you physically communicate is important. Make eye contact with members of the audience, but for no longer than 3 seconds. Stand with your feet hip distance apart and relax your shoulders. Avoid fiddling with your hands or putting them in your pockets. Instead, try and use them to express how you're feeling. Don't stand rigidly and try and move around freely if you have space. Make sure you're not pacing. The most important tip to take away when it comes to presenting is practice, practice, practice. Practicing more will help you keep those nerves at bay and allow you to become more familiar with your content. We suggest practicing in front of a mirror, recording yourself, or in front of your friends or family. Try and use these practices to notice any opportunities for improvement. So the day of your presentation is finally here. On the day, familiarise yourself with the setup of the room. If you have a PowerPoint, make sure it's set up and ready to go. And if you have any handouts, make sure they're printed off before. Eat something before and drink some water. If nervous, do some breathing exercises and calm yourself down. And finally, smile and enjoy. The audience want to hear what you are saying, so be confident and embrace it. So you're ready for your next presentation. Public speaking isn't about being perfect. It's about giving the best performance you can and communicating with your audience passionately and clearly. This comes with lots of preparation and practice. And remember, the more public speaking you do, the easier it becomes. So don't shy away from any such opportunities. If you have enjoyed this video, why not like and subscribe to our YouTube channel EDAC UK, where you can watch similar content and also keep up to date with what EDAC is doing. To see the latest workplace opportunities or access any of our other resources, visit www.edacuk.org.